the Padres. There you go, Big Papi. Well, whatever you did, it spurred
you
the
waked them up.
It sure did. And really, since then, it's been a different vibe. They finally took down the Dodgers. They beat them in the regular season this year. But I want to start with this, with Ohtani. I mean, maybe the greatest regular season in the history of baseball, Derek. But now the postseason, for the first time in his career, what's that going to be like?
Yeah, you know, I saw where he made the comment yesterday. If they asked him if he was nervous, and he said nope. Now, he may not be nervous, but this is a completely different atmosphere. I mean, the postseason is a different vibe. There's more energy. There's electricity in the stands. I expect him to be fine with it, but it will take a little bit of time to get used to it, because I don't know what you think you're getting yourself into, but the postseason is a whole nother beast.
Yeah, very interesting. And when you watch I mean, look, he's just elegant when you watch him play, the long strides, the big swing, which you think maybe reminds you a little bit of yourself, Papi, right, with the swing path?
I can show you.
It reminds me of yourself.
I love it. I mean, he's trying, yeah.
I know you guys have a good memory.
Who does he remind you of? Me.
Yeah, he reminds me of me. Go ahead.
No, but on a serious note, you know that every time you talk about baseball, it doesn't matter how many times things change, you always got to go to the basic. And when you look at the guys that do damage, and you look at their tape, you always going to find, Kevin, that they all do exactly the same thing. Let me show you where we at right here.
It's a good question.
Look at this video right here. Look at the line. Look at the line on the swing. Look at the line straight and then up, right? Now, let me show you Shohei where he at. Not too far away from Papi. Same thing. Look at the line and then up. Now, Kevin, when you walk away from that line, strikeout's gonna go up. Batting average is going to go down. Because now what you see on a lot of players, that line that we create going through the ball and then up.
Here, turn the other way. Turn the camera that way. Yeah.
It's basically not being created. Guys are collapsing a lot on their backside. And that line that you create right here, it's not going here. It's going back here from the very beginning. What you going to do with a fastball 100 miles an hour right there, Dontrell?
Can't catch up to it.
Can't catch up. So guys like Shohei, they always gonna do damage because that line don't start down here. Start here and then go. You know what I'm saying? Nobody teach me how to hit home run, how to figure it out. But I had to create and build up my mojo so that I can get to the ball first and then go. If you don't get to the ball first, it's not gonna happen. You know, you wanna get to the ball from back here. You're never going to get there, Kevin, especially this guy's throwing 100 miles an hour right here in the pipe.
And you got him right off the bat, leading off the game.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, you're saying is you go straight to the ball and stay through the zone as opposed to collapsing on your backside and swinging straight up. That's why I think a lot of times when you're facing guys with a lot of velocity, they throw at the top of the zone and you're collapsing with the uppercut swing. That's why you're seeing the strikeouts increase. So I'm sick of watching his swing. So let's get to it.
And Papi, you're spot on. That was really, really good what you did there. That's the physical side. The mental side, Kevin, is he's going to have to be disciplined. It's going to be a battle of discipline for Shohei Ohtani. And what I mean by that is if we see a couple walks early, that could be a good sign for things to come in October. Now, if you're the Padres, how do you get him out? Well, you go to church first. But second, you have to get, everyone talks about bets and the guys behind you. It's really the other way around. It's the 9th and the 8th hitter because you want to get him on with nobody on base, no traffic, which will limit your damage.
Well, they're going against a Padres team that got the best record in the league since the All-Star break. They got Dylan Cease on the mound, threw a no-hitter a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But you don't want to walk Ohtani because he stole 59 bases, right, Train? So give me a take from the Padres and their pitching attack today.
Well, you have to put up zeros early and often to be able to take that crowd out of the ball game. That's first and foremost for Dylan Cease. Also, you have to change Shohei Ohtani's eye level. And what I mean by that is rush him at the top of the zone with that fastball. Now, he does like to drop the barrel like Papi used to do, so that slider is down there, but it has to be down.
Don't hang it.
That barrel, it's going to be onto the pavilion. So that's something that Dylan Cease likes to go with the left-hander, going that slider down in the zone. Watch out for that backdoor slider because if he barrels that, he can hit that ball out of left center like a right-handed batter. So zeros in the first couple innings is very important for this Padres staff when they're in Dodger Stadium and vice versa for the Dodgers when they're down there in San Diego as well.
Yeah, and Yamamoto, since coming back from the injury, he has not pitched deep into games.
No.
You know, he hasn't gotten to 80 pitches yet in any of those games. So we'll see how that all plays out. Look.
Here's a look at the full 26-man roster for the National League Division Series. 13 pitchers, 13 position players. The starting pitchers on the roster, no surprises, Jack Flaherty, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Walker Buehler, and Landon Knack. The bullpen consisting of Bonda, Brazier, Grove, Hudson, Kopech, Phillips, Trinan Vesia, and 22-year-old rookie Edgardo Enriquez. The position players are the usual cast of characters. Kevin Kiermaier was the odd man out, at least for this series against San Diego. Dave Roberts said today that Joe Kelly injured his shoulder in a simulated game earlier this week, so he's not on the roster. That's why, Jerry, we're seeing Edgardo Enriquez started the season in low A. He's been in the big leagues for about a week and a half, and he's here pitching at Dodger Stadium, possibly in the NLDS.
And that's why manager Dave Roberts, before spring training starts, he addresses everybody in the organization, because you never know when you're going to be asked to call upon from the minor leagues, whether it's AA and AAA, and come out here and perform. He performs so well, he's able to go out there and now be a part of this postseason roster. Hopefully he pitches well, because he's got electric stuff.
Yeah, and I don't think it's really that big of a surprise. The only reason being, I know he's a rookie. I know he's just kind of gone through the whole system this year. But the fact that they called him up late in the season and they were giving him some opportunities, I think they wanted to see if this potentially is somebody that can help them in the postseason, especially with that electric fastball. And then with all the injuries that they have been dealing with, and now we hear Joe Kelly dealing with what as well. I mean, they don't have a lot of options either down there on that 40-man, so, and guys available that they've seen. So listen, young man out there has the stuff to go out there. I think he can help this team.
Yeah, the stuff plays, and it plays in a way that you can get a strikeout with it. The other thing is he's a mystery to the Padres, which you don't want to face a mystery in the playoffs. This is a relationship game, and there is no relationship with this young man and the Padres. So he could be a guy that could save a staff and save a bullpen if all of a sudden a game gets out of whack. But he's also a guy who can come in and save an inning, and that would be a lot of fun to see.
All right, we'll see if he takes the mound tonight in game one of this 5-game series. It is the third straight year where the Dodgers had that first round bye. They had that 5-day layoff between games. We know they didn't make it out of the NLDS the first 2 years of this new playoff format, hoping the third time is the charm this year. With more, let's head back inside, check in once again with Kirsten. She has more on tonight's game one. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Well, that just approach of kind of learning from the last 2 years, what didn't work, not necessarily how they were not prepared, because they were very much for that for the NLDS, but how can they make a few changes to put themselves in a better position to be successful this year? This year, these 5 days, it was about spending a lot of time together with each other, keeping that camaraderie and building that momentum, but also about building intensity each day. Now it's day one of the NLDS. Dave Roberts talked about just the excitement he and this team have heading into this matchup, and also the familiarity of these two teams.
Very excited. It seems like it's been a while. I think guys are really, ready to kind of rip the seams and just kind of get to playing baseball again. I think for me, I'm just looking for to throw the first punch. I'm expecting a very lively crowd, and I'm expecting us to be ready for a fight. And I think that's, that's obviously in the context of playing a baseball game, but that's kind of the mindset that I expect from our guys.
You guys have obviously seen Dylan Cease very recently. When you think about just how you want to attack him, what did you like from the quality of at-bats from the last series, and how do you hope to see your guys kind of have maybe a similar one or of sorts for today?
I like the at-bats. It's really big stuff. It's a high-velocity fastball. He can spin the baseball. I thought we got the pitch count up. I think for us, it's kind of scare him out of the strike zone. And I think that if we do that, it'll bode well for us. I don't think we can just sit back on our heels, but I think that the at-bats that we took, we can continue that. I think we'll fare pretty well.
when it comes to these two teams, there's obviously a lot of familiarity on both sides, whether it's facing Dylan Cease or for them facing Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who they saw in Korea to start this season. But talking to the guys, they're coming into this one, they're focused, and there's a different type of intensity to this group. I talked about how these last 5 days have looked like everyone has been building the intensity. They've been spending a lot of time together in the past. They've said that with these 5 days, you kind of took a step back and spent some time with your family, kind of had a break to reset. But this year, they took a totally different approach. It was, how can we maintain the typical 162 schedule, but now doing it with these 5 days off? So they've been able to do just that. And so I can tell you guys from talking from whether it's coaches, the players, things do feel a little bit different this year. They're looking to bring that energy and that excitement into this matchup in this series, guys.
All right, Kirsten, let's hope this is the year they found that winning formula to handle that bye. Thank you very much. Still more to come. Earlier today, Dave Roberts announced that Clayton Kershaw is officially out for the rest of the postseason. Not totally unexpected. Kershaw's been trying to get back on the field after that toe injury. He will be the Dodgers' biggest cheerleader, though, as the Dodgers take on the Padres at 5:30. Plus, if you...
滅大リーグのドジャースで活躍する大御翔平投手は緊急無失資本取りで対白山時代点でなリーグの2冠を獲得し、タイル3約0というキャリアハイを記録しました。さらに日本人史のトリプルスリーに加え、無主自動取りでという日本人最多の記録を修理し、年任未動の無主本取りで大安堵具自動取りで無主無主を達成するという歴史的なシーズンを送りました。そんなドーゴですが、ミーメディアでは彼の訴言にも焦点を当てた記事が掲載され、同僚たちから見た数のドーゴツについて語られています。特に注目を集めたのは、ドジャスの大ベテランであり、サイ・ヤング賞を3度受賞したクレイトン・カーショ投手の証言です。カーショはミエカリフォルニア州の地元紙ロサンゼルス・タイムズに掲載された少年たちの一人、翔平大谷はその人間性で持ち無名とを感動させているという記事の中で、お団子の性格について詳しく語っています。カーショはみんなが彼は内向的なタイプだと言うけれど、クラブハウスで僕たちと一緒にいる時の彼はとても素晴らしい。彼は本当に陽気でみんなを楽しませているよ、と語り、おだいこ長チームメイトたちと過ごす時のリラックスした子を明かしました。また、彼がどれほどシェーリにこだわっているかもやらかで、経済面では非常に真剣であることを強調しています。このカーショーの言霊をつけるかのように、他のチームメイトたちも大悟の普段の姿を証言しています。不樹のオースティン・バーンズは、大悟はジョークを言ったり、ふざけたりして僕たちを笑わせてくれると、そのユーモアあふれる一面を語りました。また、ガイアウコティのテオスカ・ヘルナンデスも、彼はそんなに静かな人じゃないよと、大悟が実は深夜かで楽しい存在であることを明かしています。さらに、チームの移動中にパゴネの隣に作ることが多いというアレックス・ベシア投手は、ダゴネのユニークなシーソーについてのエピソードを披露。彼は飛行機の通路に足を投げ出して寝ることが多いんだ。でも、そんな子を見ても、彼が本当に素朴な男だということを感じる。彼は普通の人間だよと話し、第二が親しみやすい人物であることを強調しました。昨シーズンの終了後、第二はフリーエージェント EFA となり、シ年総額危機ドル約11偽善支配義援の巨大契約でドジャースに帰しました。これはメジャーリーグベースボール史上最大級の契約であり、彼の経済的な影響力も非常に大きいです。米国の経済誌フォーブスによると、大友がスポンサー契約などから得る不収入は本業の内約時2.3倍に達し、年間流千万ドル、月税93億円にもなると言われています。これだけの副収入があるにもかかわらず、第二は素朴な男であり続け、その顕著さが同僚やファンの心を掴んでいます。カーショーをはじめとするドジャースの選手たちは、大義の人間性に高く感銘を抜け、彼が単なるスーパースターではなく、気さくで親しみやすい存在であることを感じ取っています。大谷翔平は、その卓越した才能とともに、彼の一へらでも多くの人々を魅了しています。